Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to study the notes of Karnataka State Board Class 6 English Poem Chapter 8, a sonnet for my incomparable mother. First, preparatory activity. Using the clues given below, try to write a few lines about your mother. My mother is kind, my mother is helpful, my mother is intelligent, but my mother is not selfish. My mother likes fruits, my mother likes cooking, my mother likes reading, but my mother does not like wasting time. Let's understand. Answer the following questions in a word or a paragraph or sentence each. Question number 1. Who is the poet talking to? Answer: the poet talking to her mother. Question number 2. What makes the poet think of her childhood? Answer: the poet herself is a mother now, so the poet now thinks of her childhood. Question number 3. Which word in the poem means A. Great love and loyalty, devotion, protection, security? Question number 4. Fill in the blanks. The mother sacrificed many things to look after her child. Question number 5. What is the most difficult thing that the poet talks about in the poem? Answer: although it is hard for a mother to let go of her child to live their own lives separately, the poet's mother did the hardest thing a mother would ever do. She willingly let her child to freely pursue her own life without imposing any restrictions. Question number 6. Say true or false. The poet is still a child. False. In the poem, the poet shows her affection and admiration for her mother. True. Work in a small group and discuss the following questions. Question number 1. What qualities has the poet imbibed from her mother? Answer: the qualities that the poet imbibed from her mother are a sacrifice, devotion, learn to work hard, mixing it with fun, and to give her children her heart, her mind, her energy, and her soul. She had learned to give her children a never failing love and tries to give them strength and security. After the poet's children grow up, she will also let her children live their own lives separately and set them free to pursue their own dreams and ambitions. Question number 2. You let me separate and let me free. What is the meaning of this line? Answer: the line means that the poet's mother let the poet live her own life separately and that her mother set her free to pursue his dreams and ambitions without imposing any sort of restrictions or conditions. Her mother did not let her own love and affection to blind her, but instead she was benevolent and allowed her daughter to live her own life separately. Question number 3. What does the poet say in the last two lines? Answer: in the last two lines of the poem, the poet says that every day she tries her best to be a mother like her own mother was to her. She tries to acquire all the qualities her mother possessed and tries to follow her mother's way of bringing up children. Question number 4. Who do you admire the most in your life? Why? Answer: I love my mother most of my life. She sacrificed her own dreams and ambitions to bring me up. She even left her job as a teacher in a government school, a secure job, to look after me. Although my father did not earn a decent salary to support us, my mother bravely took the decision and determined to face a life of poverty and hardship for my sake. She sacrificed her own comfort and security and devoted all her time, energy, and comfort for my sake. Let's appreciate. Pick out the pairs of rhyming words from the poem. Rhyming words from the poem: now, hard, throughout, me, free, be, me. Number 2. Discuss the poem with your friends, keeping the following points in mind. What is the poem is about? The poem is about daughter's affection and appreciation for her mother. Why I like it, do not like it. I like it because the poem reflects the heartfelt gratitude of a daughter for her mother who sacrificed her life for her daughter. What the poem means to me. The poem makes me feel nostalgic and bring me the memories of the sacrifice, love, and affection of my own mother showered on me. What the poem reminds me of. The poem reminds me of my own loving mother. The poem is also an example and guide to me to follow when I eventually become a mother or father of my own children. A sonnet for my incomparable mother. Summary in English. The poem A Sonnet for My Incomparable Mother is penned by F. Joanna F. Joanna is a professional writer in English. She has written poems and stories for children. In the poem, the poet contemplates her childhood. She recalls the qualities her mother possessed when her mother brought her up. The poet is herself a mother now. She is trying to incorporate all the qualities her mother possessed to bring up her own children. She admires and appreciates all the qualities her mother possessed and wants to follow her mother. The poem is written in the form of a sonnet. A sonnet is a poem of 14 lines using any of a number of fixed rhyme scheme. Here the poet often thinks about her childhood and about her mother. The poet addresses her mother and tells her that she herself is a mother now. Now that she is a mother, she now knows that motherhood is hard work mixed together with fun. Like herself, her mother also learned this when she brought her up, the poet, during the poet's childhood. The poet now lovingly recalls all the things that her mother gave her. Her mother gave all her those things by sacrifice, devotion, love, and tears, and her heart, her mind, her energy, and her soul. Her mother spent all this throughout the years when she looked after her and brought her up into adulthood. The poet's mother sacrificed and devoted all her time and energy to raise her. The poet reminisces the love that her mother showered on her, and it was a never failing love. Her mother's love for her never wavered or diminished. Her mother's love and care gave the poet the strength to face the world and also a reassuring sense of sweet security. Her mother protected her for all the sorrows of the world. Although it is difficult for a mother to let go of her child to live their own life separately, the poet's mother did the hardest thing a mother would ever do. She willingly let her child to freely pursue her own life without imposing any restrictions. Hence, the poet tries her best every day to be a mother like her own mother was to her. The poet tries to acquire all the qualities her mother possessed and tries to follow her mother's way of bringing up children. So this is all about the notes of a sonnet for my incomparable mother. If you want the notes of other lessons, kindly check the playlist of my channel. Thank you.